Hello and welcome to this next lesson. We're just going to talk today about your position when you're actually taking setups and what your options are. We're going to focus mainly for this moment in time on TradingView, but at the end of this 12 weeks, we are going to pay for your first funded account challenge. Now, what that looks like does depend on a few different things. Basically, whereabouts you are in the world, whether you are looking to trade more of your own personal capital or whether you are indeed looking to take advantage of the prop firms. Now, regardless of whether you're trading your own capital or not, we are going to provide you with the prop firm. So it is going to be a case of once you've got the skill set you're going to learn from this program, it's just another revenue stream. So you could be essentially trading with your personal account and your prop firm account. It's two separate streams of revenue. And you have to think about it like this: fingers in pies, multiple fingers in pies, multiple streams of revenue via one system, via one skill set, which essentially is going to stem from the skill of trading. Now, in terms of brokers, in terms of prop firms, it depends on a couple of things. Now, choosing a broker, firstly, for your personal capital is a decision that really you have to go and do your research on. I have traditionally always used a company called IC Markets and IG Markets. But as of this year, I'm looking to actually execute my positions on TradingView itself because I have used a platform called MetaTrader for my execution and I use TradingView for my analysis. Now, that has worked really, really well for me in the past. The only issue I have found is it's just another position taken up on a monitor, or I'm having to utilize my phone for my positions. If I can find a way to execute positions whilst I'm doing my analysis on this actual platform, that is going to make things a lot easier for me. As you can see with this particular thing here, I haven't got any brokers or anything open at the moment. If you come all the way down to this bar at the bottom, there's a few different things you can see. I want you to click on Trading Panel. Now, Trading Panel is going to basically open up the available brokers that will allow you to trade on this particular platform. And you can look at their reviews, you can look at where each broker resides from, where they're based, because that's going to be essential for you guys, depending on where you're based, whether you're in the USA, whether you're in the UK. But for the purpose of practicing, we're going to look at opening up this paper trading account on TradingView. So this is going to be very easy for us to do a lot of practice and stuff like that. But let me just log into my own account to start with on a paper trading account. Now, whether or not you're on a paper trading account or whether you're using a broker affiliated with TradingView, this will appear here where it should say trading panel, and you would have a green dot next to it. That is basically showing you the platform you are trading on. So if I was to open up and actually log out again and just go back down, you will see that there's no green dot, there's no broker, no nothing. So going back into it again, I'm just going to scroll open. I'm going to have a little look. And again, if you were opening up with AMP or Pepperstone or Capital.com, it wouldn't say paper trading with a green dot. It would say whatever the broker is with that dot. So just logging in once again, you can see I started this at £100,000, and obviously I've grown it into £2,000 profit this week on a paper trading account. And you can see this is now a live paper trading account connected. So how do we utilize this to actually take setups? This is obviously what we want to be focusing on. Now, where we want to kind of go with this is let's just very, very quickly analyze where we want to firstly take a position. We can see here price action is moving lower. Now, if you don't understand any of this, this is absolutely normal and fine. We are going to go over everything in the lessons when we talk about technicals, but this is just the case of setting you up on a trade. I'm going to mark out this random area of inefficient price action right here. I'm actually going to measure what this range looks like from this perspective here. So I'm going to measure from this top level all the way down to here. And I'm going to use this 71% line. So that is where I'm going to utilize a position in the markets on my paper trading account. So as you can see with this bar we've created, and we did this on the trading view setup, we've got all of our different areas, all of our different indicators that we use. These two here is my long position and my short position. This happens to be a short position. So I'm just going to click on that right here and I'm going to place it anywhere on the chart. So now this red zone right here is my drawdown. This green zone here is my profit and my target. You can drag this up and down just like so. So what I'm actually looking to do is enter exactly at this 71% level right there. That is the end area I want this trade to execute me in. So for the sake of keeping things clean, I'm just going to delete my Fibonacci tool right here because I've decided this is going to be where I want my entry to take place. Now, in terms of my take profit, in terms of my stop loss, we need to have these places in check. So this is where my stop loss is going to be. I've just put this above the high right here, and I'm looking for my take profit to be at this particular low right here. Now, you could do this a few different ways. You could have a take profit 1, which basically means once price gets to here, you could go to break even. And then maybe you're targeting another area on here, for example, this particular low, which sits right here. This could be your take profit 2, just as a good example. So in terms of actually setting the position and getting this sorted now, we're going to drag this along. So this line right here is the entry level. I'm going to drag this here, you can see it says stop there. I'm going to drag that to where I want my stop loss to be. And then I'm going to drag this target level right here to where my take profit is. Now, I don't use these lines, as you'll see within the live trading setup and things like that. But this is just to show you an example of what I'm looking to do. This could be my take profit 1. If I want to go all the way to take profit 2, which as you can see is all the way down here, I can bring this all the way down. Now, this isn't going to enter me into any position at this moment in time. What this is going to do is allow me to get all my parameters correct. So we've got our paper trading account open or your broker account, whatever you want. The green dot means you are active. So you are now in a position where you can actually set trades. There are a couple of ways you can do it, but for the sake of clarity, I'm just going to show you my favorite way to enter these positions. I'm going to right click. And as you can see here, we've got a couple of different options. We want to go to create order. Now this opens up our order. And this is going to show you here where the sell position is going to be from because it's automatically utilized this position right here. So you can see where we're going to take our sell. The stop loss, you can see there, it's automatically giving us £198.43p. Our take profit is going to be £1,000, £1,230.94. How this basically looks at this moment in time is utilizing a few things. If we go to risk as a good example, let's say I want to risk 2 here. This is going to adjust that sort of level based on the account. If I want to go into percentage risk right here, you can see that's 0.24% is risking £245. If I want to risk 1%, you can see here 1% of my £102,000 account has been calculated. I actually think this is probably the best way to do it because you can see here I'm putting a 2% risk in. My stop loss is going to be just over £2,000. My full take profit coming to this level here is going to be £12,685. Now, you can be really conservative with your risk. You can risk 0.5%. You can see your stop loss is significantly less. You can see your profit is significantly less, which is absolutely fine. And I encourage this, especially when we start talking about the prop firms and things like that. If you wanted to risk a certain number, you can come into actual pounds. You can come into GBP risk. I'm using pound, obviously, because I'm in the UK, but you would have this set to dollars or euros, wherever you are in the world. Let's say I just want to risk a flat £1,000. Again, I can just type in £1,000. It will tell me exactly what I want to do, and then it will take me to where I want to go. But for the sake of risking account sizes, this is like a lot size calculation. I'm going to risk 2% on the whole account. I'm gonna risk 2% on the whole account right here, and it's worked out everything for me based on everything I put in the first place. And all I have to do in this particular position right here is hit sell, and the order has been placed. So nothing has to happen right now. I am just very simply waiting. I don't actually need this anymore because I can see here actually it's already been set. So for the sake of cleaning up, I don't need to keep this. Or if you want to keep this where it was, you can absolutely do that. So I've entered a position and now it's a case of physically waiting. I find this really, really, really powerful. This is what I'm going to look to do, especially on the live streams as well. This is on a 1 hour chart, so it's a lot slower than if you was on a 5 minute chart. But what you'll come to realize is when you are in a position, so let's just go into another chart here and let's go to a smaller time frame, maybe a 5 minute chart. What you'll come to realize is that when you see, even let's go to a smaller chart right here, when you are in a position where you want to take a buy, and I'm just going to randomly press something. Let's just say we wanted to take a long position here. You can basically have something like this on here, and then you will start to eyeball. Let's say I wanted to take a position here. You would go to here. You would change this to risk, and I'm going to risk 8%. It's already done it for you. I'm going to buy. It's a limit order, and I'm going to let my position take its place. So now, again, the position is ready. And it's worked out my spread. It's worked out everything I need it to work out. And this is on a 2 minute chart. So when position comes down to this level here, it's going to trigger it. It will stop me out at this level. It will take a profit at this level here. So we've got two positions open right now on a demo account. There's nothing financial in terms of being at risk here. This isn't a live account. This is just for the purpose of showing you what this actually looks like. This is why I prefer TradingView now to MetaTrader. And I have used MetaTrader for the last 5 or so years now, but I do think this is a lot easier to take positions. And my advice for the duration, or in fact for the whole of this mentorship and more, would be to set these parameters exactly the same as me. And once you can kind of do that, it's going to be a lot easier for you to be able to navigate your way around. So it's a case of kind of playing the waiting game. It's a case of just seeing what's going on. This position will probably get filled in a second, and we'll wait for this position to fill as well. It doesn't matter how these particular positions fill out or plan out. But what does matter is just the idea of how we're looking to take these positions. So that was just a navigation to tell me I am in this position here. So if we just go down to this level here, we can see that this position is now active. We are in a run-in trade. So I've taken a random position here. This is the stop loss. So if this comes all the way down to here, it will stop me out. If it goes all the way up to here, it will take profit. So have a little play around. Open up a paper trading account. Set it to something realistic, like $100,000. We're not looking to pass or fail or anything, because we're going to do a lot of homework, which is going to require you to take a lot of trades based on different confirmations during the course of this mentorship. But just get used to setting random positions. Get used to limit orders. Get used to doing them on smaller time frames. Get used to doing them on higher time frames. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your WhatsApp group, to your support group. But with that, I will see you on the next one.